Hello and welcome to ITV News. This is Tuesday night's calendar and we're coming to you live from the Great Yorkshire Show, the 164th.
It's one of the biggest events of its kind anywhere in the country. There is so much to see and do here. Coming up on tonight's programme.
The very best of Yorkshire's agricultural heritage as thousands descend on North Yorkshire.
There's a brilliant vibe about it all. It makes me proud to be from Yorkshire, to be honest with you, because I just think it's something that we really do well.
It's a gas. How cow manure could help fuel a greener future. We'll be taking a look at the world's first methane tractor.
From sheep to chic, the very special fashion show celebrating all things woolly, from the shearing to the catwalk.
And the Alphabet Challenge. Can you really get everything from A to Z here? And set the challenge for Matt Price. Welcome to the Great Yorkshire Show here on the outskirts of Harrogate, where some 140,000 people will come to this event over the 4 days that it's on.
Yes, they certainly will. In fact, today the crowds have been magnificent, haven't they, Lara? They haven't been put off by the weather. The sun's been in, it's been out, it's been in, it's been out, it's been raining, and then it hasn't been. It's been a fantastic day. Now then, the population of Harrogate apparently is going to almost double over the next few days. It's a big celebration of everything that's Yorkshire, everything that's agriculture, just a great time, isn't it, to be had by all. So let's get the story of the day and find out what's been going on. Here's Michael Billington.
Even the early risers on 4 feet, or just on 2, failed to avoid the crowds at the start of the 164th Great Yorkshire Show.
It makes me proud to be from Yorkshire, to be honest with you, because I just think it's something that we really do well. No one does it like what we do it, and it just makes you think, yes.
Where have you come from then?
Sunny Morecambe and Lancaster.
Right, okay. So you came over to the right side of the Pennines to have a good day out?
Well, say otherwise.
With 8,500 animals and over 1,000 stands and exhibits, there was plenty to entertain the 35,000 visitors. And plenty of opportunity for some prize winning too, like for brothers Benji and Samuel, alongside Olive and Oliver the sheep.
It felt good because I was controlling the sheep very well, and I was I've actually done it, and I was so scared.
For farmers, it was down to business. Top of the agenda for them, how to deal with rising costs. The farming minister here to announce new measures to help dairy producers fight for higher prices. But will it drive up costs at the checkouts?
The opposite is true, actually. So we need a robust dairy supply chain. We need people to have confidence so they can invest in those businesses going forward. Ultimately, that's good for us as consumers because we've got top quality milk being produced with high animal welfare in a fair system that gives people confidence to carry on producing milk.
But potentially more expensive?
Well, no, I think if we lose lots of people from the dairy sector, we won't have enough milk and the price will go up dramatically. So this actually mitigates the impact of that and gives us a confidence in the supply chain that allows people to make a profit, but also supplies milk for the future.
Backed by the stables, the four-legged guests proved a hit with the younger visitors.
Laura, who's this?
This is William. William is a Shire horse. He is 10 years old and he loves the attention. Definitely loves the attention.
Does he enjoy the Great Yorkshire Show as much as the rest of us?
I think he probably enjoys it more, especially if everyone's going to give him a load of treats.
And as ever, lots were caught out by the great British weather.
The sun is shining, so let it stay like this.
The weather's been kind so far.
But the short-lived showers didn't last long, leaving high spirits at the start of a week of celebration of the best that Yorkshire has to offer.
15. Yes, a great day had by all, and we've certainly enjoyed it so far, haven't we, Lara? Now then, of course, hospitality and farming go hand in hand, don't they? In fact, well, everything that you have in a restaurant and everything that you buy in the shops and you end up with on your table, it's all down to the hard work of farmers, isn't it?
Yeah, and do you know how much it's worth? It's astonishing, this. £6 billion to the local economy. So, earlier today, the NFU announced a collaboration with the York and North Yorkshire Chamber of Commerce to create more opportunities to support local food. Obviously, trying to bring in a bit more money, no doubt. How's that going to work? Well, a good person to ask is the NFU President, Minette Batters. Thanks very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
How is it going to work? It sounds like a really good thing, but the devil's in the detail, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and there's not a silver bullet, effectively, but 50% of the food market, the value that you've rightly referred to, is the out-of-home market. So 50% is in retail, 50% is in out-of-home, and what we're hearing from a lot of out-of-home producers, effectively, whether that's restaurants, hotels, bars, is that people do want to buy British, they want to be able to buy local, they want to know how it's produced, so sustainability, climate change, all resonating with the choices that people want to make. But of course, price really important. They want affordability as well. So for us, it's about telling the story of provenance. It's about telling the story of how we're producing our food and making the link.
You see, for our viewers who are watching this, they're making a choice between heating and heating. They're not thinking about eating out in restaurants or in pubs.
Well, you say that, but we've got a story of very different dynamics at the moment. So, you know, very much in our case study is McDonald's, which has really invested in UK and Ireland. So one of the most affordable fast food restaurants that are out there, they have phenomenal British sourcing. So everything that they are sourcing pretty much comes from either the UK or the Republic of Ireland. So this isn't just about looking at top-end restaurants, this is about a whole chain approach, because I think it's really important that we are, as farmers, really producing food for every market.
I mean, I must ask you, you know, say you want to go to your local farm shop, you know there you're going to be paying a lot of money for your food, aren't you? A lot more than you would in a supermarket.
Yeah, you are, but I think what we want to do is to provide choices for people so that they can go out, they can enjoy a treat meal. You know, going to a farm shop, often people will have found it in COVID, they could buy what they wanted when they wanted. So for us, it's about making the link. Don't forget, British food is the third cheapest in the entire world, but the cheapest food in Europe. I know people are feeling the pinch, but we're still really affordable.
Minette, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, we know, don't we, that, well, the Great Yorkshire Show has been going, this is 164th, isn't it, this particular one, Laura?
Yeah, do you know where the first one started, though?
Here, Harrogate?
Fulford, in York.
Fulford in York?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, you learn something new, don't you? And of course, over the years, we've seen so many innovations, haven't we, as we've developed and technology has grown over that time.
And that has to continue, doesn't it? I think farming especially needs to go greener, doesn't it, if it's going to survive. So Kerry's been having a look at how it's going to do that.
They're the lifeblood of farming, and they've ploughed and furrowed since the end of the 19th century. Now, it might not look it, but this one is different. It's unique, in fact. It's the world's first methane-powered tractor, and not to put too fine a point on it, it's powered by cow manure. And it's right here at the Showgrounds Innovation Centre, which looks to farming's future. Methane is the second most significant greenhouse gas in the UK. Livestock and manure are among the sources generating it. So how is it made safe to power engines?
An average dairy farmer can capture the methane off their slurry lagoon. The gas can then be treated and scrubbed to remove the hydrogen sulfide out of the gas, and it can then be compressed and put into the tractor to run, and reduces exhaust emissions up to 85%.
This is like a bit of a breakthrough with innovation, really, because of the fuel that it's obviously powered with. So hopefully farmers will be able to use their own raw materials and power machines on their farm, and obviously it's like a closed loop process.
While this is the cutting edge, a museum devoted to farming history east of York has been reminding people of how we used to live, told by people who've witnessed the changes.
It's fascinating to see the changes from what it used to be to what it is now. I was brought up on a farm with my dad's horses.
As for tractors, icons like these Yorkshire-made David Brown models were never far away from fields across the world. Let's have a quick history lesson, shall we?
So David Brown was born Huddersfield, so he was a true Yorkshireman. The brand was really popular because of its Yorkshire heritage roots within the region, building lots of various models, shapes, sizes. But what a lot of people don't realise is David Brown bought out Aston Martin in the 40s, and hence where the DB comes from.
Exhibit 1 here is the James Bond car, lethal front, back or inside. Ian Heggie, 6-year-old son of the works manager, demonstrated a model of it. There's a wonderful idea if you're ever chased doing more than 70.
And the ideas keep coming, like here now, a greener, cleaner, modern-day vehicle that has all the forward thinking that would even give 007 a run for his money.
Well, who would have thought, from tractors to Aston Martin? I love that Alf Pathé footage.
I know, it looks like you had fun there, Kerry.
Yeah, it was a big beast of a thing, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And you know, look at the sunshine we've got now. We've had rain. Farmers rely so much on the weather, and we know the climate is changing, don't we?
Yeah.
So is technology changing with that too, to adapt?
Well, yeah, it has to. And Andy and John there were really adamant that that tractor, which is just one innovative thing that we showcasing here at the Great Yorkshire Show over the next 4 days, is really the way forward. So it's not just about farming feeding us, it's about farming fueling us as well. And it's that thing of like, how can we make things better for ourselves, but also for the planet? It's really important.
It's about adapting, isn't it? That's
Absolutely.
what we're doing.
And honestly, I'm flying the flag for that, because we talk about climate change all the time, and it can be a really negative subject, but we can also do amazing things to make our planet better whilst we're living on it, for sure. Yeah.
Harry, thank you. So interesting. Really, really good to see. Well, everything's interesting here, actually, isn't it? I mean, we've been having a really good walk around today, and we've seen so many different things.
I've seen things I thought I'd never see. Just take a look at this. This is Lara leading Callum the horse from Selby, one of the nicest and biggest horses you could ever meet.
Yes, I must admit I was a little bit scared at first, because he is so tall, 21 hands, and we were in the middle of the show, but he was a gentle giant. And then, not to be outdone, of course, you met up with one of the friendliest cows around from Yearsley, near Easingwold.
I hadn't realised how beautiful they were, but of course she comes from good stock. Her mother's prize winner from the So High. Just absolutely amazing, isn't she?
I know. And then we were dodging the showers, weren't we? It's been a case of eyes to the skies all day, and you got caught in a downpour at lunchtime. I missed it. Have you dried out yet?
Just about, but this little assistance dog wasn't going to get wet, safe and dry in his little pram. I think he was pleased to see us when we saw him outside the ITV tent.
And inside it was fantastic to meet so many calendar viewers. These guys, these youngsters from St Aidan's School in Harrogate, they were just so good. Had a go at the auto cue, smashed it. I think they might steal our jobs.
Well, I'm pleased to say people did say to us, actually, it wasn't as easy as it looks, put it that way, and I'm glad they did. That's very nice to hear. But I think the job of having to read the news with a cardboard cutout of Ian White is not an easy thing.
That's pretty awful, actually, I think, having to do that.
Even worse, it's a real thing.
I know, one of my favourite things today that I saw was this guy. He's called Lorenzo the Flying Frenchman. Now, it's an astonishing sight. The music was astonishing as well. He's been working with these horses for decades. He comes from the Camargue region of France, and he's got his own unique style of entertainment around the world.
Well, so much going on, so much to see and do, and Heather Parry, the show director, managing director of the Great Yorkshire Showground, is with us, and what a day it's been.
It's been fantastic. It's been a short, sharp shower, but other than that, it's been fantastic. Really good day.
And it hasn't put people off, has it?
No, this show brings food and farming together. So for farmers, it's really important. People to meet, places to, the minister's been here. But for the consumers to understand what the farmers do and what's going, it's fantastic. So it's madness, but it's brilliant.
Do you know, Heather, what strikes me is, over the last year we've been talking about the cost of living crisis and this kind of thing. And you would think that maybe people wouldn't come to the show this year, but they have.
It's a really important day out. If you're a farmer, you want to be here, you must be here. You want to know what's going on, you want to be part of the future. If you're a consumer, you have a great day out. And think about what the cost of going to cinema is for an hour and a half compared with coming here. It's amazing. Top class show jumping behind you. There's just something for everybody, from the garden show to the art show to so many amazing things.
What's it been like for people trying to get here today? Has it been going well? Because I know I have heard a few people saying I sat in queues for a long time.
The traffic from one way was not great this morning, so they're working on trying to make that better. So I don't know quite what happened, but there's people working on that as we speak. So tomorrow hopefully will be smooth as silk.
Great, right, good.
Hopefully.
That's really good to hear. And then future ideas, because of course you're doing your 4 days now.
Yes.
And that's going to stay that way, or might you even go to 5?
No, I think 4 days is probably enough. I think the team will be on the knees, probably you be on the knees as well. But having less people here, so 140,000 people over 4 days is much more pleasant experience for everybody than over 3 days. So it's really made that bit more air around everything to enjoy the show more.
Have you got a favourite, something that's happened today, or something you've seen that you just thought,
Lorenzo,
wow?
you talked about. So anybody who can ride 6 horses at once, standing on them with not a saddle, is phenomenal in my book. So he's amazing.
And with that music behind him as well, the Hans Zimmer, it really felt theatrical, didn't it?
So that was highlight, and probably also the methane tractor, a tractor that runs on methane.
Yeah, which Kerry's been.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I think the variety of what we do is just crazy but brilliant.
I know, it does blow your mind a bit, doesn't it?
Only the Great Yorkshire.
And I bet you're thinking about the next Great Yorkshire show already,
we're
aren't
already
you?
Planning it, exactly that.
Planning?
Exactly, yeah. So, make them bigger and better.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it. There's
thank
no
you very
rest
much
for
for
you.
having us.
Thank you so much for coming.
We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Now, fashion shows aren't something that you'd necessarily think goes hand in hand with an agricultural show, but if you think about it, you've kind of got your sheep, you've got your wool, then you've got your woolen jumper, then you've got your jumper in your fashion show, haven't you?
Yeah, and in fact, the place to really learn about how all that connects is the sheep shearing stage, and Sally Simpson has been having a look.
It's a catwalk with a difference, because not all those strutting their stuff are what they seem. 12 of them are farmers who won a competition to help showcase the versatility of wool, and one of them knows more about wool than most. So how does it all go from sheep to chic? North Yorkshire farmer Ellie tends to her flock of Swaledale sheep with love and affection. The 25-year-old knows them by name.
I love how they all have different personalities. Everyone always assumes sheep are just like, they're just chilling in the field, they don't have any thoughts in their heads, but they're all different, and actually recognise one person, so I can go away for months and they'll recognise me straight away when I come back. Come on then. Elena's straight out.
And there comes a time when all that wool has to go.
Take the fleece off in one piece, it's just easier to roll and pack, and I think it's easier for the wool producer at the end. They want it all as one, and they can assess the quality of that fleece as well, and it makes it easier for them to grade.
Ellie is one of 12 amateur models from the farming industry who'll be joining the professionals.
It's definitely something I haven't done before, but I think it's going to be a great experience.
Well, of course, all this hard work is only part of the process. The wool still has a long way to go from the farm to the world of fashion. And so it's off to the mill, where the next stage in this painstaking production process gets underway. And it's to mills like Abraham Moon in Guiseley that bales of raw wool are delivered from all over the world.
Because wool's a natural product, it's very wholesome and it's fulfilling knowing that we're doing something which has been raised on just water, light and grass. From a sustainability point, it's really wholesome, it's really reassuring to know that we're doing something using a range of different wools from all over the world, including British-made wool, all in Yorkshire.
Established in 1837, just 1 year before the first Great Yorkshire Show, it's one of the last remaining vertical mills, which means all processes are completed at one site. It's a huge process to create the final product. Starting at the dye house and going through multiple stages, it's finally milled and dried and carefully pressed. And when that stage is over, it's time for the designers to work their magic.
This is an amazing opportunity to just sort of put my frilly dress styles together with this amazing fabric, and it's really worked. It's worked really well.
Well, we have with us now Luke and Ellie, who've been involved in this. And Luke, I have to say, it must be fair to say, actually, that a lot of people go to the shops, they buy their jumper, they don't actually think where it comes from.
Well, yeah, I think that's fair to say that, to be honest, yeah. So it's a good eye-opener for everybody, to be fair.
Yeah, and I mean, what's been the reaction from people today?
It's been pretty good, actually, yeah. Been recognised walking around, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, because we saw you on those shots there, you know, sort of doing the catwalk thing. Have you done that kind of thing before?
No, I haven't, no. It's definitely a first this time.
Yeah, and how did you feel about it? Were you nervous in the beginning?
Oh, proper nervous, yeah. I were all right until 5 minutes ago, and I was shaking like
And then
really
talk
badly.
us through, just as you were walking across that stage, what was going through your head?
Well, just don't look at anybody really, or else I'm going to crack up laughing.
Ellie, have you enjoyed yourself today as well?
It was great fun. Yeah.
Tell us about your background and how you got involved.
Well, I have sheep of my own, and then when I saw British Wool advertising the fact that there's going to be a fashion show, I thought it would be a great opportunity to promote wool.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that I've been to wool factories in the past and places where they do knitting patterns and things, and they're making Christmas jumpers already and they're baking heat and stuff. They've got to plan ahead, haven't they? It's all part of the production process.
Part of it,
Yeah. So your sheep, I mean, you're used to them being sheared, you're used to the wool going off, but you're not really used to taking part in a fashion show wearing your own wool.
I know, it was really good to see like the final outcome. It was great to see all the shearers and the fashion lovers come together and be in the audience and enjoying wool as it is.
Is it something that you think you might be involved in the future?
Potentially, yeah, it was really good fun. I enjoyed it, so maybe.
And what about a modelling career for our look here? I think you've got it, you know. A reaction from the
An
audience.
agricultural contractor that turns model.
I can see it.
Yeah, well, I am actually scheduled to be in a TV show at some point in the future. Yeah. So,
Right. Okay. You can't tell us what that is.
it's called The Time of the Wolf.
Okay,
So,
we'll be looking out for that. We may come and do a little film on you about that one. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Lovely, thanks very much indeed.
You learn something new every day, don't you? And you learn
certainly
lots
do.
when you're at the Great Yorkshire Show. The things that you see.
I know, well, like you leading that horse earlier, that was certainly something. I've seen lots and lots of really great things here, aren't there? But, you know, I think there's a bit of a challenge for one of our reporters.
Might that be Matt Price by any chance?
I think we challenged him to see if he could find something at the showground which covers every single letter of the alphabet.
Shall we
Not
see how
an
he got on?
easy job, I don't think, Laura.
Shall we
What do
see
you
how we
think?
got on?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Over the next 2.5 minutes, we'll get rid of any need to flick through lengthy leaflets, help you move away from reading massive maps. This is a guide like no other. Get set for the alphabet, Great Yorkshire Show style. Cigs for £1, apricots is our letter A.
B is for burgers. It's only early, but the barbecue is on, with the judges here, the first in line.
You're judging the cattle, but eating a beef burger.
Yes, I'm eating them before I judge them.
C is for cows. There's a herd around every corner.
D is for donkey. Caroline's from the Sanctuary. Tell us a bit about what you do.
At the Donkey Sanctuary in Leeds, we're actually based at ECUP. We actually work with vulnerable children and adults that come to the centre. We help them with working on their self-confidence, their empathy.
Well, there's a whole host of different tastes and flavours on offer here too.
What have you gone for?
Bacon and egg and one sausage.
Egg, E for egg.
Over in the pens, Freddie is busy meeting a flock of sheep for letter F.
They got horns and they're really fluffy as well.
And from Freddie's flock to goats as our letter G. Meet Ros, she's representing H with her horses.
He's Irish, full Irish draft. He's in the heavyweight hunters this morning.
But crucially, is our H for horse.
Yes.
We've got ice cream for I. The Jersey Cattle Society is our letter J.
Tell us a bit about what you do.
We're a little tea room. We do all cakes, loads of beautiful sandwiches, milkshakes, and the best tea and coffee you could get on the site.
K stands for Kerry over in the ITV calendar tent. Some large, really large machinery makes up letter L. They're used to ploughing through mounds of mud for letter M. The show has hundreds of treats on offer, a necklace at N, some orange fudge for O. While the mains are being plaited for letter P.
So he's competing in the heavyweight hunters today, so I'm just getting him all plaited up ready for his time in the ring.
Q is for quilt. And R is for cameraman Richard.
There are shoes at S, trolleys at T.
U is our umbrella. Are you expecting rain?
Of course.
A warm welcome to thousands of visitors for letter V. We're getting really wet washing cows at W, trying on extra large jumpers for X, cooling off with frozen yoghurt for Y. We've looked, we've searched, we've questioned and quizzed. We'll have to put this alphabet to bed. We simply couldn't find a pesky Z.
I love that, Matt. I absolutely love it. You did really, really well there. But You didn't quite make it, did you? So your best wasn't good
Wasn't
enough.
quite good enough. I think I'll just have to admit defeat. I mean, I don't know what went wrong because I'm very good friends with 25 letters of the alphabet. I just don't know why. You can thank me for that later.
Oh,
but we did do really well. We got Freddie and his flock of sheep.
Yeah,
we
that
got,
was a double.
That was a double F.
There we go.
We got the Yorkshire yoghurts, a double Y.
Yeah.
So all is not lost. We did as good as I possibly could, but no, I just couldn't find a Z. So I'll be looking tomorrow. All through the week.
Well,
I've got a surprise for you. I've
found you one.
An inflatable zebra. Kerry, come on in.
Marvellous, thank you very much. Just like me, full of hot air.
What do you think of that?
It's an inflatable on a Monday evening or a Tuesday evening. What about that?
From me to you.
From me to you. I'm not doing you.
Good visibility on the horizon. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Yes, as is with the nature of showers, very hit and miss across the region today. Some lovely sunny spells. The driest and brightest combination was this morning. A big thank you to Glyn Beck for this shot. He's travelled from Bradford to see the sights and the sounds here at Harrogate and the Great Yorkshire Show today. And then as we head through into the next couple of days, for everybody, as well as the Great Yorkshire Show, it will be showery on Wednesday. It should be drier and brighter on Thursday. And then on Friday, a dry start, cross fingers, but it is likely to turn unsettled, quite wet and windy from the southwest by the end of the day. So as we take a look towards the weekends, we've got the jet stream further south, quite unusual for this time in July, especially for the UK, and that it's going to invigorate an area of low pressure that's likely to give wet and windy conditions as we head into the weekends. But back to this evening and overnight tonight, it should be a dry and clear middle part of the night, but still the risk of some showers over the next few hours, and they tend to come back to visit as we head towards dawn tomorrow from the north and the west. Overnight lows similar to last night. Tomorrow's sun times are around 4:50 and 9:30. And as we head into tomorrow, it's pretty much a rerun of today. Still lots of sunshine around, but there will be some showers. Hopefully more scattered than today, but they still could be on the heavy side. And the wind's not quite as strong and gusty, but still a breezy day for midweek on Wednesday. And then as we zoom out to Thursday, hopefully a window of drier and brighter weather, a little ridge of high pressure trying to settle things down, similar temperatures. Then an all change into the weekend, a mostly dry day on Friday, but then turning wet and windy and potentially thundery into Saturday.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Well, thank you very much, Kerry. We've had a wonderful day here. We've had the sunshine, thanks to Kerry. You've nearly dried out.
We've had the showers as well. And the calendar family and extras are with us to say goodbye. Have you had a nice day, Sally?
I've had a super day, and the sun's just rounded it off nicely, hasn't it?
Oh, it
Michael,
has.
been all right for you?
Absolutely marvellous. You can never fail at the Great Yorkshire Show.
I know. Any ice creams, Matt? I'm sure
No,
you
but
have.
I've gained a zebra. So all this, I'm the winner.
Right, well,
And we've got two new friends.
Thanks for watching Calendar. We'll see you again tomorrow. From all of us here, good night.
Bye.